Hello everybody, today I will be bringing you a guide on how to beat Imlerith in The Witcher 3, the Wild Hunt, as the general of the Wild Hunt. If you have not yet reached this place in the story and do not wish to have the story be spoiled to you, leave this video now, for spoilers up to this moment in the game will be discussed. Now that I have warned you, let's get started. You encounter Imlerith, general of the Wild Hunt on the Bald Mountain during the Bald Mountain quest, which you and Ciri venture to kill him, as a revenge on killing Vesemir during the defense of Kaer Morhen. While Ciri is off fighting the ladies of the woods below the old oak tree, on the very same mountain you are tasked with slaying the Wild Hunt's general. Now let's get started with the fight itself.
The sisters said you would come. They saw you arrive in the water's surface. They did not see the girl. But she is with you, is she not?
I'm here alone.
A lie which will change nothing. First you, then her.
First of all, I would like to talk about the place of power which you encounter just before the fight. First of all, this place of power empowers the ability Quen. This will give you a shield, as most of you should know by now. Second of all, it also gives you an ability point which you can spend on a talent I will talk about later on. Quen will also be the main asset during this fight, more about this later. Well, first of all, you should not attack him from the front. So don't slam down on his shield as you see now, it will not work. You will simply parry it, and if you're very unlucky, he will counter-attack straight away and deal a lot of damage. You can parry attacks from his mace, he will simply slam through it, deal a lot of damage and stun you. So don't try to do it, and every attack you deal to its shield will simply be parried. So don't do it this way. First of all, as you might see me doing here, I'm just walking around a little. This is because I am expecting him to use a teleport. He will use this teleport more frequently later on in the fight, but he might also use it during this phase, where he will simply teleport right behind you, get frost armor, which will decrease all his damage taken by 50%. Also very important during this fight will be your own movement. First of all, you will have to make sure you don't roll, like you see me doing right here, but double step. Double stepping is kind of the key to making sure you can attack him in time before he will attack again. You will see me still roll a few times during the battle because of a few reasons, either simply making a mistake, needing to dodge an attack. Yeah, basically that. But if you want to attack him, you should use only the double step. You will see here that I will walk towards him, force him to attack once with his mace, then a second time with his shield. He will usually do it within this or with this pattern, although sometimes the other way around, or a third mace strike added. But usually it's simply one mace, one shield. Now here you see me using Quen to regenerate. This is the maximum upgraded version of the alternative Quen mode, which will let you hold up a shield, and if enemies attack it, you will regenerate health with it. Also, it will drain no stamina when holding it up, it will only drain stamina when you are being attacked. This is one of the main assets during this fight. You will need no potions, as you will actually see me use during the fight, and you will simply be able to regenerate from that. After taking such a hit, such as now, I can simply use it to regenerate, let go of my shield, and it will force a blowback as well for another talent which I picked for Quen. This blowback will grant you a nice amount of safety against his attacks, as you saw here. He attacked me, the shield exploded, and he was forced back and couldn't attack another time. Here again. So, as I've said before, and you will absolutely notice now, Quen is a lot of safety during this fight, and even can force some opportunities for you to attack him. Now, once again, going over the movements on how you want to attack him. You want him to first try and hit you once with his mace. I'm gonna wait for you. Gonna wait a little moment for an opportunity to show you. He will try to hit you once with his mace, and as soon as he does, you double step back or double step away and slice him twice, then roll away before he can attack again. So wait, double step, attack him twice, then try to roll away. attack twice again, and now we go into the second phase, where he drops his shield. Now this is a lot harder part, because he will simply swing about his mace a lot of times. He will teleport constantly, meaning you will not be able to get him out of his frost armor most of the time. Now here he did an overhead slam, which will put him vulnerable for about 2.5 to 3 seconds, where he will simply stand down on the ground, and you have an opportunity, if you have it ready, to use your Igni and get his frost armor down, and if not, simply hack and slash at him and try to drop a little bit of his health. Now here you saw again, he did the overhead slam, go towards him, attack him once, twice, as many times as you have the opportunity, and the rest of the time just try to roll away. Or, as you will see me use later on, a better option even is to simply keep Gwen up, your like big shield, and force him to punch it down, or to punch you down, and just let him use an overhead slam. Because he will use the overhead slam on you while using the shield, you will take no damage, and you will also be directly into its melee range to attack him and drop it as much health as possible. Going over one of the other abilities I've also chosen is rage management. This is also key to this fight, I would say. When you don't have enough stamina to use an ability or use a sign, you can use adrenaline points to use the sign. In other words, you can quickly use Gwen if needed to save yourself, use Igni to get him out of frost armor, whatever is needed. This can be a huge game changer. As you can see here, I'm almost dying, just managing to save myself using Gwen, blocking the attack, and also healing myself with his attacks, and before you know it, I'm back above 50% health again. So once again, don't take risks below 50% health, just try to heal yourself up by the use of Gwen. Now, we're nearing the end of the fight. The fight will end when he's at about 10% health, so you don't actually have to kill him entirely. I'd recommend just doing this over and over each time. Here you see, forcing him to do the overhead slam with Gwen up. I take no damage and get all the opportunities to attack him. Simply the best way to do it, since you will not be able to attack him while he keeps teleporting to you. Because it will simply happen too often, he will deal way too much damage. Just wait for the good opportunity to strike. Now here I wasn't paying a lot of attention, I was just hacking and slashing away and didn't even hit him once actually. But it happens. So these are the opportunities you wait for, and although Igni might take down his frost armor in this phase, it takes too much time for you to actually use Igni, get up close to him and then attack him. Even though he takes only 50% damage, you can better attack him a lot of times at 50% damage reduction than actually attack him once with a little bit of damage reduction. Now, it's obvious that, as I said, the main asset during this fight is Gwen and good movement. Roll away whenever he teleports, always teleports behind you so you can predict it very easily. Double step when you want to attack him, and well, make sure you only slice him twice, by the way. Only do 2 attacks after you double step behind him, and never a third one, because he will always counter attack before you will be able to land the third one. Even though it might get a little bit more damage out and it might make the fight go a little bit quicker, if you die once you'll have to do the entire fight over again, which isn't worth the few seconds taken down from the fight in my opinion. So, I hope you enjoyed the video, and also learned something from it, of course. And just after the fight is done, you'll get a little cutscene, which you might also enjoy. Little advice, by the way, if you can't stand gore and flesh wounds, maybe skip the cinematic. So, see you later, guys.
Taught you to fight like this?
The Witcher you slew.